next community conversation, we are joined now by David Plunkett, Director of the James Madison Regional Library. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we are always happy to have you. And is that the right name of the library?
It's Jefferson.
Jefferson Madison. I was going to say, I don't think that's correct. Yeah, Jefferson Madison Regional Library. I think we're having some technical issues too, so we're just going to start this over. We're talking about school starting back. It's crazy to believe. Summer's flown by. Tell us a little bit about how the library can support students and parents all throughout the school year.
Well, great. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Summer's always a fun time when the kids are out of school and in the library, but when they head back to school, the library is there to help teachers and parents and families prepare for the school year. The library staff are going to be, from the Central Library, will be at the Back to School Bash this weekend downtown to let families know what they can offer. And basically it's help with finding the right resources for your child. Yeah. So help recommending books, helping with research materials, showing you which of the online databases that JMRL offers that would best help your child find the correct information. Google might find them 500 million answers, yep, but the library can help them find the correct one at every location. We've also got homework help available from our website too that kids can access all the time. So we're there to support all the kids of our community in Charlottesville, Albemarle, Greene, Louisa, and Nelson as they go back to school.
Yeah, all kinds of good things going on. Tell us a little bit about educators, what they can do at the library. I'm sure it's a great resource for them as well.
Absolutely. We welcome any educator in the service area to contact their local library if they would like to try to bring kids in to visit the library. We're happy to give a tour. We can also help facilitate getting library cards for students in any class so that their teachers can point them to resources that they can have access to. We also can, for teachers, prepare a subject matter pack if they're working on something with their students of any grade level. Contact your local library. We can put materials together to help you supplement that. And as of last year, a great resource that's offered are teacher cards. So teachers can get a library card if they're teaching or are a homeschool educator in Charlottesville, Albemarle, Greene, Louisa, or Nelson, that will allow them a little bit extra time with some materials and less of a late fee impact so that they can get the things that they need to support their students.
Yeah, really good stuff. Tell us what the library has especially for teens.
Yeah, this is an exciting time as the teams get ready to go back to school. So 6th grade and up, most JMRL branches can offer access to a teen advisory board where they can get together and talk about library resources and support their library. There are also young adult book clubs, gaming clubs, all sorts of programming, and also an opportunity to volunteer too for kids that want to have something for an extracurricular to add to their resume. This year we're going to roll out JMRL is the 100 books before graduation, which is kind of a companion to the 1,000 books before kindergarten. That's an early literacy initiative. So this uses Beanstack, the same thing that JMRL uses to track summer reading for kids to keep track of the books that they read while they're of high school age, and by the time they graduate they can reach new levels and get prizes and things for reading 100 books. So my dream goal is to meet a child that did the 1,000 books before kindergarten all the way up through the 100 books before graduation.
It's going to happen. That is so cool. And finally, I know you have some special news to share. Tell us that before we go today.
Yes, I'm very excited to tell everybody that the Friends of the Jefferson Madison Regional Library just found out that they were the award-winning Friends of the Library for the year from the Virginia Library Association. So it's an accolade. It follows up on last year where JMRL was the Library of the Year. This year, 2023, the Friends of the Library are the Friends of the Library of the Year. And thanks to the support that they give JMRL, they've got another book sale coming up in October. Get your donations into them now.
Awesome. So well deserved. Thank you for all you all do, and thanks for taking the time to be here.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yes, we'll have you back soon.
Great.
We will be right back.